Good morning, Salvage Nation squad. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a lovely few days here in London. The sun's out, the legs out, the smiles out, and I hope you guys had a good weekend as well. I had a little bit of a break away with my family, and I feel 110% and I'm ready to get to work. Today we're going to be back on this bad boy. This is the 2017 Toyota CHR. And you watched in just one episode, we stripped it down, I replaced a whole bunch of parts, and I did quite a lot in that one episode. You guys said you want episode 2, so here it is, episode 2. We've got a ton of work to get into, so if you want to see that, watch it to the end. Alright you guys, so I'm going to start here. As you can see here, I've got two sets of headlights here. One of them is missing a ballast, and I've got that came in a post the other day, so I need to put that on the actual headlight and then get that on the car. Here is the brand new bumper from Toyota. And on the top is a bunch of grills, what's not. In the boot, there's some more packets, grills and little plastic bits to deal with this front bumper. And by the end of this episode, I want to have this front end buckled up so we can start to do the test lining on the alignment. We want to see if this bonnet is salvageable, which we will only know once we can get the headlights on, get the bumper on, and then that will also tell us once and for all if anything has shifted when it took the impact. Everything else, we've gone ahead and we've continued to assemble this front slam panel. And on European cars, you get one giant slam panel to put it on, but on this one, it comes in lots of little bits and bobs, and it's literally like putting a puzzle together. So we're just gonna continue that, get the headlights on, get all the bits on, and then we'll see how far we get in this episode. So guys, without further ado, hopefully this is the last time you're gonna see the CHR looking in such of a mess. Let's get to work. Guys, let me show you how crazy the Japs are when it comes to assembling these cars. So in this headlight, I can see two little sachets, which is gonna stop it from fogging up or getting moisture inside. It absorbs all the moisture. But it's just basic stuff, but clever engineering. Japanese, they know how to build cars. See this one? Fuck, you know, too much. 400 pounds each. One guy told me one time, you don't talk enough, you just work. I don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it. You need to explain why you're doing certain things for people who don't know about cars. I said, okay. I start talking more, they say I talk too much. Next I say Of course, it's true. It's true. The people who hate you, the people who hate my channel, exactly, they're the better ones. The ones who hate me and don't like my channel for no reason, they're the ones that are better. So guys, there you have it. Have a look. The headlights are working. Well, this one is, like I said, here is the module. I need to put the module into the driving side one. However, everything else is going together quite nicely on the front end. We ran into a bit of a problem. I tried to fit that bonnet and it's confirmed that these hinges are gone. So we're gonna have to replace these hinges or try to see if we can figure out where it's bent. But if you look inside, you can already see the damage. If you look right down in there, you can kind of see, yeah, these hinges are just really shot. So that's not gonna allow everything to line up, but really happy with the way the lights are sitting. We're happy with everything else. And check out the bumper. The bumper has gone on really well. Now we're gonna remove everything on the front end yet again because there's a ton of plastics, clips, grills, everything's on the roof that needs to go back into the bumper, but we can do that at the body working stage. For now, it's just about test fitting everything. There's got a little bit of a gap there, but as you can see, the whole thing needs to be lifted a little bit and we need to put on this bracket. Once this bracket goes back on, everything there should be fine. But for now, I'm gonna grab back heel. We're gonna do a little bit of work on the bonnet, try to get everything lined up, try to remove those bits and just see how far we can get with reassembling this front end. Man, oh man, guys, this thing was a long old slug. Listen, there's no better feeling than that sense of euphoria when something's got you down in the dumps, it's got you kicked, it's got you beaten, and you just keep it moving and then you just come out and boom, everything is sorted. Now, if you look down here, this wire was just broken off completely. I didn't know what it was, but I just wrapped my head around everything and I kind of sussed everything out. So this is a fog light and I managed to see kind of like the colors of the wires that were left over from the remnants of the broken fog light. So I was like, happy days. Fog light goes there. I had to put a little extension, soldered that into place, insulated it, and then I put some tester tape on the outside. That's ready to go onto a new fog light. Right here, this wire was just exposed. I didn't know what this was, but I managed to find a schematics online, found out this is the external temperature sensor, and before I put a picture on the screen, before it was showing just 2 dashes, now I got a reading of 28 degrees in the garage. It's hot. That's why everyone's down in a vest now. And then on this side as well, we had similar things, and check it out. I went ahead and I repaired this wiring loom, which is for the front parking sensors. One is gonna go to the right side, one is gonna go to the left side. Everything here is ready. I've kind of laid all the wiring where it's meant to go, and then I know where everything is meant to go now because I've found that schematics. This is for the front radar, this is for another crash sensor, and everything is there, is ready. Donald. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, we're making, what do you think? What do you think so far? One man army today, one man army. Actually, you did help me a bit. You did help me a bit, I'm not gonna lie. Up at the top here, I went ahead and laid this wire. I plugged in this sensor for the bonnet latch. This is gonna tell the car if the bonnet is open or closed. I've double checked that as well. Now I've got a sign to say that the bonnet is open. Everything seems to be working there. Now, this car looked really, really bad when we first started it in episode 1. And once again, like, it's coming together really nice, but I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Right, I'm gonna stop talking. It's getting quite late today, so I'm gonna head off and then I'm gonna come in the morning. We're gonna pick up exactly where we left off. So for me, it's gonna be a night, but for you guys, you're gonna see it just like this. Boom. And just like that, guys, it's the next day, and boy, it is hot. We're going through a bit of a heat wave here in the UK, and look, I've had to strip right down because it's too much. I went to bed sweating, I woke up sweating. But anyway, I woke up and I've got a clear plan of what I need to do today, so I'm not even talking because I know you guys don't like it when I talk too much, so let's get into it. So you guys already know what I did yesterday, so I don't need to get into that. But for today, if you look, this is a brand new bumper skin from Toyota, and it's completely empty. And I've kept all my bits of the broken bumper in the rear of the car because it's got these little clips. I don't know if you can see that little ring, and just these little holders I need to remove, or else I need to buy them from Toyota. But I'm gonna try to salvage these ones, and then I can glue them into place on the new bumper. So I need to sort out all of that. We're gonna continue the reassembly on that front end. And yeah, there's just a ton of work to do. So by the end of this episode, I want the front end to be back together. Just to get a bit of fresh air. Guys, come on. So I'm literally in autopilot, just assembling everything as you've just seen. I just went ahead and put the headlights in. Finally, they're all solid. These little bumper brackets which actually lock in the headlights right there. Akil just wandered in and said, yo D, you forgot to put these little headlight brackets on. We need to weld it in. This little hole and that little hole, 2 little spot welds. And unfortunately, that is underneath the headlight. So all of that has got to come back off, and then we got to weld those bad boys in and then redo all of that. So I'm going to put it on a massive time lapse. I'm not even going to waste time. Frustrating, but it's got to be done. So time lapse, let's go. Okay guys, so listen, we've done a ton of work on this car. Let me know what you think so far. We are back. I've corrected the mistake that I made when I told you I didn't put in those brackets. I went ahead and welded them in place. I went ahead and gave it a couple of layers of protective primer. And as you guys know, if you're old school, I always use this stuff, man. Red oxide primer, it protects against rust when it comes to these sort of things. But headlights are back in, the wings are all secured down, front bumper is on. We haven't put the bonnet on because, like I said earlier on in the episode, we're waiting for a delivery of these hinges. So that's going to be in the next episode. And then also in the next episode, Akil went ahead just now and made a call with the paint supplier. So we've got some paint coming down. We're going to be spraying the front end on this car in the next episode as well. But I'm happy with everything thus far. And the Toyota CHR is coming together. Everything is looking good. Everything's looking great. I haven't got anything that I'm overly worried about. What you saw me did earlier as well, I went ahead and I glued in these little carriers for the front parking sensors, and they've been curing away all day. So this bumper is going to come back off in the next episode, put some spray, we're going to put in all the clips, etc, etc, and then we're going to get it back on there for the final time. And then yeah, this car should be getting out, getting cleaned up, and then I've got something to say about the interior, but we'll move on to that in the final episode of this build. But this has been a quick little build. I hope you enjoyed this episode. This is where we're gonna head off. I've got a lot of other stuff coming. It's now lunchtime. I'm gonna go grab some food right there. And I've got another build that I'm gonna start. So stay tuned for that. If you want to see how I get on with this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you like this episode, make sure you press that like button because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you watch it, you enjoy it, and you don't press like, YouTube thinks that you never liked it, and then it kills the channel, kills the video, and then you won't be getting amazing content from Salvage Nation. All jokes aside though, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna head off. So like I always say, keep it moving, and I'll see you in the next one. Guys, thank you for watching. Click here to see what YouTube thinks you should watch. Click here to watch one of my previous episodes. And like it said there, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. We out.